Strong companies, lasting partnerships, powerful events. Welcome to the Experience Builders Podcast.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Griffin with Crew XP. Welcome to another short episode. As I was digging through notes for podcast topics, I came across something that I think is still very relevant to a lot of our listeners, and I thought I would share this in the format of Saturday Night Live's Weekend Update. This is 25-year-old content. I wrote this 25 years ago. Subject of the article is called Selling the Invisible. These are the 68 moments of truth, in a few words, 68 nonverbal things that customers, buyers judge us on. And so as we review this 25-year-old piece of content, because that's really what the internet and social media is craving right now, I thought, you know what, we're either going to have some laughs about some stuff that is no longer relevant, or you are going to be shocked, I say, at how relevant some of this stuff still is. And I think there's more of that. So really set the table. What things do customers judge us on? How many opportunities, or really missed opportunities, does a sales professional have to shape a prospect's impression of their company prior to receiving a deposit check? Like it or not, these are the things that we do get judged on. And by the way, their collective influence can add up to either winning or not winning a new customer. So here are some thoughts from those buyers out there. Number one, the first call to your company 800 number or to your office, is it pleasant? Number two, the first mail or email piece I receive, what is it? And do I actually read it? How quickly does the information I requested arrive to me? Does anybody even request any information? That might be an old one. Number four, do I receive a follow-up call from an informed representative? 5, how timely is the follow-up call by this person? Number 6, what is the content, tone, and conclusion of that call? Number 7, do I get invited to visit you at your location and facility and review my options? Number 8, how are the directions to the location communicated to me? Number 9, are they clear and easy to understand? Number 10, do the directions turn out to be accurate? Or have I been searching for 25 minutes for your building entrance? 11, is your building easy for me to spot from the road? 12, how is the parking experience? Is there a parking spot that welcomes me close to the front door on that rainy day? Number 13, what's my very first impression as I step through your front door? Is the lobby wow? Is it comfortable? 14, how does your receptionist greet me? Is there a receptionist to greet me? Does she know I'm expected, or am I inconveniencing her? Does she know my name? Number 15, is she aware of whom I'm here to meet? Does she tell me when they'll be joining me? 16, how long am I kept waiting in the lobby? Is there anything for me to read in the lobby? Am I going to be in the lobby long enough where I need something to read? 17, is there a phone in the lobby for my convenience? All right, let's be honest. Everybody uses their own cell phone, so that's an old one. Does the receptionist let me know I'm welcome to use it? Again, asked and answered. 18, what's my total impression of your company after these first 3 critical minutes? 19, how do I encounter my contact? Do they greet me in the lobby? Does the receptionist direct me through a door, down a hallway for me to find them on my own? 20, what is our first appointment meeting room environment like? Am I ushered into a showroom? Is there a conference room? Am I in someone's office? How's the lighting? How's the view? How's the seat that I'm sitting in? Okay, what's my mindset like after those first 20 nonverbal impressions? Am I happy and relaxed? Do I feel paid attention to? Am I frustrated, excited, intimidated, confused, surprised? The first impression has already been made, guys. How'd you do? Okay, so first appointment influencers. This is you and the nonverbal stuff we're talking about. Question 21. What's the first thing you say to me once we introduce each other and sit down to talk a little? Do you ask me questions about my business right away? Do you give me some rapport building rhetoric? Do you offer me coffee or a beverage? How's my coffee served? Do you go and fetch it? Does someone else bring it? Is it in a styrofoam cup or is it in a nice cup and saucer combo with a doily that has your logo on it? Do I take you through this first meeting or do you take me through it? If you're the one driving the appointment, do I feel run over when it's finished? How do I know you're credible? Have you told me or have you furnished evidence that I can draw conclusions from? Did we only talk about exhibit and graphic stuff? Did we talk about your product at all? Did we talk about my products at all? Are you even interested in what my firm does? How do I know that? What kind of questions are you asking me about my company? Are you interested in our marketing focus, our current marketing challenges and struggles? Or do you just immediately begin pushing new marketing ideas and strategies at me? Are you listening to me at this point? Do I feel you were a good listener? How do I know you listened? Did I notice you taking good notes? How do I know they were good notes? Do you give me a written summary of our meeting? Did I get it before I left or do you email it over to me? When did you send it over to me? Did you tell me what the next steps would be? How about the next 2 steps? Do I have a clear understanding of what the process will be like for me from now till completion of the project that I'm hoping to entrust to you? Did you address my budget? Did you ask me or pressure me? Do I have a realistic expectation at this point as to what my budget will be? What other expenses will I incur with the cost of ownership? Do I have a realistic expectation at this point as to what my budget will be? I think we covered that already. Okay, what will it cost me to use this new exhibit you're providing? Were you able to be specific? So how does our first meeting end? When do I hear from you next? Will there be a face-to-face meeting, a phone call, an email? The next time I speak to you, do you ask me for money? Do I feel good about this at that point? Regarding your presentation, what form does that presentation take? Was it presented face-to-face? Was it over the phone or did you just email me a PDF file? What items were presented? Did you come out and present alone? Who else was with you? What was their purpose? Did they speak? What was my impression of them? Did we confirm ahead of time what would happen at this presentation meeting, or was it one big surprise? Did you afford me an opportunity to give feedback in the presentation meeting, or was I just supposed to go along with the solution that you presented? How do you handle my feedback? Is it welcomed and expected? Or are you visibly disturbed that we're not willing to go with it as is? Do you apply my feedback to any changes? How? Is it obvious to me that you took what I said to heart? How quickly do you adjust to my requests and changes? Once we agree on a final solution, what happens next? Who's driving the process at this point? Are you? Am I comfortable with that? Or am I fighting to stay in control? And if I'm fighting you, why do you think that is? So you've got the order, we're coordinating the order, and now it's time to clean up all the icky, nasty, easy, and fun stuff. Question 51, do I already know what you need to make my project come to life, or is this where you spring it on me? How well do you explain the art experience? You just tell me the things you need. Hey, we're going to need some art files and some, there'll be some copy proofs. Or do you explain the process that your company is about to put me through? How much time do you allow me to collect the items you need to process my order? The money, the artwork, the products that need to be integrated into display. Do you turn from Dr. Jekyll at this point into Mr. Hyde, 55? Do I continue to get face-to-face attention from you, or are you suddenly only available by phone once you get my deposit? How do you address, we already said, do you throw out a lot of techie terms that confuse me? Well, we need a certain amount of DPI. This is low res. We might be able to res it up. You know the kind of thing I'm talking about. How do you break down the language I don't understand? Do you explain things in an easy to understand analogies, or do you make me feel stupid and embarrass me in the process? How much time do you allow me for the changes on my proofs and sign-offs? A week, a day, or do you send it over at the very last minute and say, I have 1 hour to review and sign off because we're going into production? Is my normal check cutting and mailing procedure good enough for you? Or are you desperate and camped out in my accounting department waiting for a check for 3 straight days? Do you pay respect to our quality requirements, or must I settle for something else? If I have to settle, how well do you package this news to me? So in the end, do you thank me for the business? If so, when and how do you do that? Do you take me to lunch? Do you shake my hand? Do you tell me you won't regret this decision? Do you give me a preview of what the remaining process will be like for me, or am I left hanging? Do I know when my proofs and samples will arrive to me, or will they just show up on my desk someday next week with a note that says, sign and send back immediately. Your order is on hold. When do you inform me of my product training and pickup date? How many changes occur in the coming weeks to this plan from what you told me was going to happen about artwork, production, shipping, projected costs, training, any of that? How does your staff treat me when I come in to pick up the new investment? Are they excited for me? Like in the old Saturn commercial? That's a tell how long old that is. Do they know who I am? Are they only interested in getting my balance due check? Does anyone reference my upcoming event or trade show, my important dates, and wish me luck? Do you show any kind of interest in my success rather than your sale? And the one that goes without saying, when will I see you again? Some of these made me laugh. Others strikingly reminded me how relevant all this still is in an era where our customers are just bombarded with alternative offers and relationship opportunities. So hopefully this was a fun little reminder, these moments of truth about caring about these little things, because we get judged and all that, guys. So this is Chris Griffin with Experience Builders. Just wanted to take a minute and share a little wisdom from back in the day. See you on the next episode.
Thanks for listening to the Experience Builders podcast. Check out our website in the show notes or visit crewxp.com to learn more.